Welcome to Let the Quran Speak. I'm Safiyyah, your host. While the world has focused on Gaza and other crises, the Sudan has often been forgotten. We'll be looking at that now. With me is Dr. Shabir. Dr. Shabir, welcome to Let the Quran Speak.
Pleasure to be on.
Let's talk about Sudan, Dr. Shabir, because there hasn't been much attention focused on it, in part because there aren't a lot of journalists who are reporting from Sudan, in part because our attention is diverted to other places, and world powers themselves are concerned with other regional issues. So Sudan has largely been forgotten, which is very unfortunate. Because millions of people are suffering there. There's mass displacement, hunger, famine. People are experiencing widespread crimes, terrible crimes that we couldn't even imagine, Dr. Shabir. And yet this is happening for 2 years now, and yet it doesn't seem as if there's any sort of end to this. So I wanted to talk about that with you.
And in fact, most recently, it was even intensified, the mass killings and gang rapes and so on of Sudanese women.
In Al-Fashir.
Yeah, in Al-Fashir. Definitely something needs to be done. And just as people mobilized, to make change for Gaza, people have to get together to create more awareness and to oppose the negative powers that be, to ensure that the justice and peace and tranquility can return to the Sudan in general, and especially in Al-Fashir and other afflicted areas.
Dr. Shabir, it's unfortunate to see that even some Muslim countries are involved and complicit in what is going on in Sudan. So we need to also point that out and call them to attention as well, Dr. Shabir.
Yeah, it's a shame because, the Quran speaks a lot about Muslim unity. In particular, of course, Muslims are called upon by the Quran to be fair and square with all people, and to be just and kind to humanity in general. But there is a special emphasis on being fair and kind towards your own people. And this is natural. Everybody recognizes that, charity begins at home. So if we can't start with, being kind towards our fellow Muslims and to bring about peace and security and stability for Muslim citizens, whether it be in Sudan or elsewhere, then how can we claim to be, as the Quran says, khayra ummah, the best of nations? So yes, it is rather shameful when we hear that a Gulf country is supporting the RSF, which is known now and called out by many humanitarian agencies as the perpetrator of the kinds of atrocities that we just mentioned.
I think one of the most important things, Dr. Shabir, is for us to understand what's going on, because a lot of people don't really know. They don't know who the RSF is, the SAF, what are all these terms, who are the leaders that we're speaking about, what's really going on the ground. So I think that's the first thing we need to understand, and people need to, read up on it and find out what's happening. Ask your Sudanese friends, because that's the first step to taking any sort of action.
Yes. And of course, now, there have been many news articles, many analyses of this problem. So people can easily read up about it if you just simply watch your daily news on television, or, you get it through reputable sources. This is easy to find. So basically, as you know, the Sudanese Armed Forces, which is the government armed forces, joined together with and the RSF, what is it called? Rapid Support Services, Rapid Support Forces. So the RSF, was a kind of a militia or a paramilitary group that joined together with that government force to, of course, enact good policies. But after that, they've had a falling out. The RSF went its own way and wants to take control of vast swaths of territory. And they have their own published agenda or proclaimed agenda, that they are apparently anti. They're totally for Arabs, and so non-Arabs, to them are objects of attack. They even curiously, position themselves as anti-Islamist, whatever that means. So that is a breakaway force, and that force remains, viable for some other entities that were using them previously when they were the good guys, and wants to continue using them even though now they're the bad guys. So it's a very complex situation on the ground, and this
both
is
sides have done bad. Both of the sides have committed a lot of crimes and hurt a lot of people. The RSF right now, it seems to be the ones who are doing a lot worse than the other side. But both are, I would say, we basically need peace on the ground.
That's right. And of course, ours is a religious. Ours is a religious show. I mean, I'm not a political expert, so I can't speak about the details of all of these shenanigans. I can only say that from a religious point of view, we have to call on people, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, to work on basic moral and ethical principles. Morally, it is our duty as human beings all over the globe to look after other humans who are suffering in any part of the globe. Mm-hmm. And right now, the people of Sudan are terribly suffering. Ethically, we can't have our governments support the fighting that's going on by supplying weapons, or especially the weapons that will be used against innocent civilians. So we have to, as individuals, regardless where we live, we have to put pressure on our local powers to ensure that they will apply the right kind of pressure to international, given their international clout, to bring this problem to an end, so there can be peace and stability and security for the people there on the ground. Of course, giving charity, this is goes without saying. We should seek out the non-governmental agencies that are able to provide the aid on the ground, and help them with our own charitable donations to begin with. But also, we should have collections made where we can start fundraising projects to send the funds to support those displaced people of Sudan.
And of course, Dr. Shabir, let's not forget the power of dua, right?
Exactly. Definitely, we should be making dua, because there are certain changes that we are not capable of doing or making, and only God can bring about those changes. And even what we feel we are empowered to do, we still need the blessings of God to be successful in all of our endeavors, whether it be fundraising, whether it be lobbying our governments, or whatever it may be.
All right. We pray that we will see peace in Sudan very soon, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Muslim Media Hub, the new home of Let the Quran Speak.
Here we spread positivity and good. We help people experience the beauty of Islam and help them appreciate and understand Muslims.
This beautiful building we purchased cost $2.3 million.
Yeah, we've already raised a third of that money, and with your help, inshallah, we can pay off the rest.
So we're looking for people who can give $1,000 each. If you can be part of the select group, that's amazing.
Otherwise, just please give whatever you can. Every dollar counts.
It's our collective responsibility to share the message of Islam with our fellow human beings. Please help us continue this good work.
It's a sadaqah jariyah, something that will continue to be a benefit to the Muslim community long after Safiyyah and I are gone.
Please support our work at muslimmediahub.com.
Your support is zakat eligible and tax deductible.
May Allah bless you and your loved ones today and always. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.